The wind howls across an endless white void. A blizzard churns over ancient glaciers, sweeping frozen breath over a land that has forgotten the touch of spring. Here, beneath the auroras and eternal dusk, lives a creature that has outlasted ice. Ages, not merely surviving, but ruling. In the farthest reaches of the Northern Hemisphere, where the sun abandons the horizon for months and silence falls like snow, the Arctic wolf reigns. With a coat the color of moonlit frost, this ghost-like figure blends seamlessly into its tundra domain. It is not the cold that defines the Arctic wolf. It is how it conquers the cold. In temperatures plunging to 70 degrees, it pads across the ice in search of muskoxen and Arctic hares. This wolf does not bark or growl to intimidate. Its silence is its weapon. Its breath forms small clouds, soft and quiet, as it stalks prey with packmates in near telepathic unity. Every movement is deliberate. Each step across the snow is a dance between hunger and patience. Though not the largest of its kin, what sets the Arctic wolf apart is its resilience. It will travel over 500 miles in search of prey. It can go weeks without food. When it finally hunts, the kill is swift, brutal, and precise. But this ice monarch is under siege, not from nature, but from the melting of it. As the polar ice retreats, the domain of the Arctic wolf shrinks, and so it remains a shadow, haunting the last frontiers of frost, holding its place in the primal order. Vast forests of birch and pine sweep across Russia, disappearing into twilight. And beneath the hush of snow-laden branches, a figure passes, swift, silent, spectral. The Eurasian wolf, the most widespread subspecies in the world, is not known by one name. Across Europe it is called by many, Vilk, Loop, Lupus, but always feared, always respected. Larger than its western cousins, the Eurasian wolf walks with lean muscle and intelligent eyes. It is a strategist, not a brute. While it lacks the heavy build of other subspecies, it compensates with cunning. Packs operate like guerrilla units, circling prey with eerie precision. Wild boars, deer, even livestock, stolen in the dead of night with no tracks left behind. Its power lies not just in its teeth, but in its adaptability. From the Carpathians to the Iberian Peninsula, it moves through a mosaic of environments, enduring human expansion, deforestation, and conflict. In folklore, this wolf has long been cast as a symbol of both wilderness and war. It is the wolf of Slavic fairy tales, of medieval warnings whispered to children, of noble banners in forgotten empires. And yet, it is very real, alive, calculating, thriving at the edge of our vision. Amid the sweeping valleys and boreal forests of interior Alaska, where the silence is broken only by the cries of moose and the snap of frostbitten twigs, there roams a giant cloaked in smoke-gray fur, the Alaskan interior wolf. This is a wolf carved by the wildest landscapes of North America. Standing tall, with broad shoulders and thick, weather-hardened coats, it is among the heaviest wolves ever recorded, tipping the scales near 200 pounds. But weight does not slow it. It empowers it. When a pack of Alaskan interior wolves moves, it is like watching shadows fall in unison. They work as one, flanking, harassing, tiring their prey. They take down moose, creatures twice their size. They challenge grizzlies for carcasses, and they win. These wolves are not just survivors, they are conquerors. Their range spans hundreds of square miles, their endurance legendary. In winter, they travel across frozen rivers like roads, weaving through pine and cedar groves. In summer, they vanish into thick green canopies, hunting caribou along ancient migratory routes. The Alaskan interior wolf lives far from human eyes, but its power echoes across the land. This is a wolf that makes the forest bow and the wilderness yield. In the grasslands and dry plains of Central Asia, where the wind never rests and the horizon rolls like ocean waves, there roams a lean and lethal predator, the steppe wolf. Unlike its forest-dwelling cousins, the steppe wolf is adapted to arid terrain. It is dust-colored, fleet-footed, and toughened by heat and scarcity. Its endurance is unmatched. With legs long and muscular, it moves like a phantom across miles of desert, tracking gazelle, saiga, and smaller livestock. This wolf is not just a hunter of the wild, it is a ghost of history. For centuries, it has clashed with nomadic peoples, raided sheep herds, and been the subject of legends and retaliation. In Kazakhstan, shepherds still tell stories of steppe wolves who outsmart dogs, scale fences, and vanish before dawn. They are not the heaviest of wolves, but they are ferociously aggressive. When cornered, they fight with terrifying resolve. Packs have been seen attacking in waves with coordinated flanks and diversion tactics, behavior that mirrors military raids more than animal instinct. It is a creature of open skies and ancient tensions, a reminder that the war between wolf and man is not a myth, but an ongoing standoff, one that has shaped cultures and landscapes alike. In the vast reaches of the Yukon and the craggy heart of the Rockies, the northwestern wolf, also called the Mackenzie Valley wolf, rules an empire sculpted by glaciers and wilderness. This wolf is a marvel of raw endurance and brute strength. Broad-headed, long-legged, and built for distance, it commands the respect of everything that shares its range. At the top end of its size class, some individuals have reached over 200 pounds, vast silhouettes moving across snowfields with the silence of falling ash. But size alone does not define its threat. The northwestern wolf is a pursuer. Where others rely on ambush, this wolf runs. It tracks prey, elk, bison, moose, for miles, exhausting them, outlasting them, until exhaustion becomes death. They are tacticians. In coordinated packs, they flank their prey with precision. They draw out the weak, isolate the young, and surround with ruthless intelligence. Few predators in North America match their teamwork. When reintroduced into Yellowstone National Park, these wolves reshape the ecosystem, controlling elk numbers, rejuvenating forests, even redirecting rivers. Their presence alone changed the land. This is not just a hunter. It is an architect of balance, a living echo of a wilder time, and a reminder that nature answers to no crown but its own. Deserts of Mongolia, where clouds cast long shadows across the earth and the wind never forgets your name. The Mongolian wolf, sometimes known as the Tibetan or Chinese wolf, wanders between legend and stone. This wolf is built for extremes. From frigid plateaus to dusty grasslands, it moves as a whisper between sandstorms and snowfall. Though often leaner in appearance, it can reach formidable sizes, especially in the northern ranges, where the cold sharpens both body and mind. But what makes the Mongolian wolf dangerous is not its size alone. It is its unpredictability. This is a wolf long embroiled in human conflict. It raids livestock, evades traps, and has been the subject of brutal extermination efforts. And yet it remains fierce, wary, and bold. Unlike more social wolves, Mongolian packs are fractured, volatile. Their behavior is erratic, their boundaries fiercely defended. They are known to engage in territorial fights with other predators and win. Snow leopards, stray dogs, bears. The Mongolian wolf does not yield ground. It is a ghost of the highlands, carved by hardship and war. And when the howl of a lone wolf cuts across a Mongolian night, it is not a call for company. It is a declaration. I am still here, high above the world, where even oxygen bows in scarcity. The Himalayan wolf stalks across the roof of Earth. This is not just another mountain predator. It is a creature of myth, science, and awe. Genetically distinct, the Himalayan wolf represents one of the most ancient wolf lineages on Earth. Some scientists suggest its ancestry split from other wolves nearly 1 million years ago. This is not evolution. It is survival frozen in time. It is smaller than its cousins in the north, but every muscle is honed for altitude. It lives above 12,000 feet, a realm few mammals dare approach. Its lungs are adapted to thin air. Its fur is thick, sun-bleached and silver-gray. Its eyes burn with a quiet intensity that comes only from living at the edge of the world. What makes it dangerous is its tenacity. Hunting bharal, blue sheep, musk deer, and even young yak calves, the Himalayan wolf operates on near vertical slopes, navigating crags like a whisper of snow. Packs are small but efficient, their kills surgical. Local folklore paints it as both protector and demon. In Ladakh and Nepal, some speak of it in the same breath as the Yeti, elusive, powerful, sacred. Others fear its raids on livestock and seek vengeance, but the true danger this wolf faces is extinction. It is hunted, misunderstood, and isolated. Still, it endures. In the silence above the clouds, it lives where no wolf should, and thrives where no predator can. The forest darkens, the wind sharpens, and in the mountain's shadow, 3 more giants await. Wolves whose very names strike awe into legend, whose size challenges belief, and whose presence defines the meaning of wild. The dire wolf, often confused with fantasy or fiction, was very real. And though it walks no longer, its bones whisper the story of a predator whose power was unmatched. Heavier than modern wolves, with broader skulls and more robust jaws, the dire wolf was built not for speed, but for brute force. It hunted massive prey, giant bison, mastodons, ancient horses. Its bite was stronger than that of any wolf alive today, capable of crushing bone and ending struggles in a single snap. But what truly defined the dire wolf was its ruthless pack behavior. Fossil sites like the La Brea tar pits show mass gatherings of dire wolves, suggesting large social groups that descended on kills like a tidal wave of fang and muscle. They ruled for hundreds of thousands of years, but they fell. As the Ice Age ended, their prey vanished. Lighter, more adaptable gray wolves spread. Humans arrived with fire, steel, and dogs. And so the dire wolf, for all its strength, vanished into shadow. Still, in the primal memory of the earth, the dire wolf's legacy lingers. In bones buried beneath desert and forest, in stories passed through myth, and in the eyes of the wolves that remain, where a flicker of that ancient predator still survives. In the freezing sprawl of Siberia, where forests stretch endlessly, and the snow devours all sound, the Russian timber wolf emerges, not just as an animal, but as a force of nature. This is one of the largest subspecies of wolf alive today. It carries the rugged DNA of the Wild East, tall, broad, and built to endure the cruelest of winters. Weighing well over 200 pounds in rare cases, these wolves stand like gray statues against the wind, jaws clenched against hunger, minds sharpened by isolation. Their menace is not folklore. Russian history is filled with brutal encounters, from 19th century hunting journals describing packs attacking sled teams, to modern reports of wolves stalking villages in particularly harsh winters. During World War I and II, starving wolves attacked both German and Russian troops when the front lines carved through their habitat. This wolf is not a passive shadow. It is bold, especially in times of famine. It will raid barns, pull down guard dogs, and challenge humans for territory. In Siberia's remotest provinces, locals still build high fences and light fires in winter to keep them at bay. Yet there is more to the Russian timber wolf than violence. Its behavior is defined by harsh necessity. Where food is scarce and cold kills the weak, the wolf survives through calculated aggression, pack loyalty, and ancient instincts. In the kingdom of ice, where life hangs by a thread, this wolf reigns with unyielding resolve, and the land respects it. Apex of the living wolf world. And finally, we come to the giant of all living wolves, not just in size, but in legend. The Mackenzie Valley giant, a specific record-breaking population within the northwestern wolf subspecies, stands at the pinnacle of power. These are wolves that shouldn't exist, at least not at the scale we have documented. With confirmed weights exceeding 230 pounds, and anecdotal reports even higher, these animals resemble prehistoric beasts pulled into the modern world. They are taller than a man's hip, heavier than an average adult human, and silent as snow. They roam the Yukon and Northern Rockies, where prey like elk and bison still run wild. And when the hunt begins, the land holds its breath. These wolves don't just chase, they engulf. Moving in disciplined ranks, they execute ambushes with chilling precision. One runs ahead to harass, two flank. The rest sweep in like falling thunder. Even the landscape bends around them. Trails worn by centuries of paw prints mark the migration of these apex predators. Territories stretch across 500 square miles, and anything that enters, from bears to men, does so at risk. In 1939, a legendary specimen was shot in Alaska, weighing 175 pounds. Others in recent decades have pushed well past 200. Biologists speak of one particular giant captured in Canada that measured 7 feet from nose to tail, weighing nearly 240 pounds. But few have seen them. Fewer still have survived the experience. These wolves avoid roads, ignore bait, and disappear like shadows into the trees. They are not monsters. They are not myths. They are real, and they are out there. Titans that walk with ancient memory in their bones and the cold fire of the north in their eyes. So we end where the wilderness still whispers and the wind still carries the howl of kings. These 10 wolves, from the Arctic shadows to mountain thrones, remind us that nature is not tamed. It watches, it waits, and sometimes it howls.